So me and my partner at the time, and a few friends, went for a road trip 3 hours south to see some of my partner's family and friends. It was a nice getaway. We went sightseeing and seen a lot of different people. Now it was time for us to head home, and we had been away for 3 days, and I needed to get back home because I had work the next day. Everyone knew the plan, so we started on our trip home. The drive seemed to take forever. I had driven an hour and a half, and I started to feel impatient. I was tired, I was over it, plus I had to drop everyone home before going home myself, so it was very daunting on my mind. Most of the way along the highway, the speed limit is 110 kilometers, but where I was, I actually thought the speed limit was still 110, but it had gone down to 100 without me seeing a sign. Feeling impatient and thinking I could get away with it, I sped up to 120. This is more like it, I thought. I maintained that speed for a while, but I thought I could get a bit more sneaky and speed up a little more. So I did. I was doing 140 kilometers now. Well, that's what the dash was saying anyway. I was just cruising along when all of a sudden I see a highway patrol vehicle to my right, driving in the other direction. They turned their lights on and did a U-turn at the closest U-turn bay and caught up to me and pulled me over. I knew I was going to be in a lot of trouble. The policeman got out of his vehicle and walked over to my car, asked for my license, and did a breath test on me. He then asked me if I knew how fast I was going just now, and I told him maybe 130 kilometers or something like that. It turned out I was doing 138 in a 100-kilometer zone. What's more unnerving is that if I was doing 40 kilometers plus over the speed limit, I would have lost my license then and there, on the spot, which meant we would have all been stranded. Now, another highway patrol car arrived, and the first policeman asked all of us to get out of the car because there was going to be a drug search done on it. Now, I don't do drugs, so I kind of thought this next exercise was a bit pointless. They didn't find anything, of course, as I knew they wouldn't. Then we were allowed to get back in the car, while the policeman wrote up my infringement notice. Then we were good to go. I drove cautiously back the rest of the way. I dropped my friends off home, and then my partner off, and then I went home. It turned out I was going to lose my license in 21 days' time from that night for a whole 9 months due to having too many demerit points on my license. I was just glad I didn't lose my license then and there. That would have made the situation a whole lot worse. After those 21 days had passed, I had to endure the next 9 months of not driving. This made me go crazy, and I couldn't see my friends or my partner as much now. The dynamics in life started to change massively from here, and my dependence on others was starting to show.